It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look here at DeAndre Hopkins. He went well over 100 yards a week ago and found his way to the end zone. It's the Bengals and the Ravens under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll be led out by Deshaun Watson. Of course, he won a national title at Clemson and already has 3 Pro Bowls under his belt in the National Football League.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
They'll run with the third-year man, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the option, it's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Bengals force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
So here are the Bengals now with a long field ahead of them. Leading them out, someone who has overcome plenty of adversity to forge a 12-year career. Former Virginia Tech Hokie, it's Tyrod Taylor.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
After the interception, here's Taylor. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Bradley Chubb coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Bengals at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
There's the athleticism of Tyus Bowser on display. Wrapping him up, no problem. On 2nd and 12, Watson. There's Chris Olave. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Now it's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Edwards-Helaire now off the option. Drop for a loss there on a nice effort by Osa Odighizuwa.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. Here's Watson. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. The Ravens send their punter out now. Back deep, Dede Westbrook. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Okay, ready?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Inside handoff, Henry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and the Bengals have a first down.
Let's go now. 60
Taylor will throw. And he bats it away and it falls down incomplete. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Fourth down, here's Taylor. And he finds McLaurin. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a handoff to Henry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now Taylor. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Off the option, it's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Holding. Offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And here comes Westbrook. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Ready?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again to Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 31, Taylor. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Ready up. 50 miles, 18 left.
After the sack on 1st down, Taylor looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're talking about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Now Taylor, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. Touchdown Bengals. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 75. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down and, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. On 1st down, Watson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone?
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Watson's throw taken in by Hockenson here. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, Watson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head over to Highmark Stadium to check out what's happening with the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Trevor Lawrence, terrific in the victory, as his guys upped their mark to 4-1 now. And finally, on Monday Night Football, 2 old rivals in the AFC West, the Raiders, the Chiefs from Arrowhead. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come. Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Drop 50, drop 50.
Here's Taylor. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Taylor. And the catch made by Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now Taylor to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Derrick Henry. His third touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it is 28-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Taylor. Slings this deep from McLaurin.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Taylor. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Caleb Farley.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
Now Taylor on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Alert! Alert!
Henry out of the pistol. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Steps away. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore.
Let's go now.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henry. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
Now, faster, faster.
They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Watson.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And now Watson throws another interception. And the Bengals will take over here just shy of the 30. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision could get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to take another shot here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Watson on 1st down.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Watson.
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run it again with Henry. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. On 2nd down, here's Henry. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. 3rd and 2, now Taylor. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Watson looks to throw again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. P.J. Williams with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
One last throw here for Watson.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Bengals, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season.